Well, what has me most excited is the buildup of excitement, buildup of development on Hedera that I've been seeing over the summer. It's kind of a lot of it has been behind the scenes.
May, welcome back. Thanks for hopping on.
Hi, good to be back.
Yeah, it's always good to have you. You guys have been doing an amazing job for the Hedera ecosystem. But to kick this off, I just want to kind of get a baseline. Can you just tell us where Hashpack stands as a wallet and as a general business?
Yeah, sure. Uh, we're still the number one wallet on Hedera. We still have like pretty much all of the active retail users. I will caveat that I also count Karate Combat users as retail users, and there's a Venn diagram of us and Karate Combat, and so I would say we don't have all of the users anymore because Karate Combat's been killing it, but we've got all the retail users, the DeFi users that are coming in and doing NFTs, tokens, things like that. So we still have a very good hold on that. And I think our community is very happy with us. So we've been really killing it on that front, doing a bunch of engagement stuff, doing a bunch of marketing, and just getting the community involved. From a business standpoint, we're also just like really good. Our team is super solid. It's small, but we are all very skilled, and we work very hard. It's actually nice to be part of a team where you don't have to like check in on everybody. I just like hear about, oh, Nick's been doing this on the side, and David's been doing this on the side, and things just get done. They take their own initiative, and that's what makes Hashpack such a great product for the community. So we're doing really, really good.
Oh, it sounds like it's a well-oiled machine. So your token pack has seen a lot of success lately. Can you tell us why you launched that token and what it's going to be used for?
Sure. I think mostly we wanted a way to engage with our user base and to get people excited, to get people like enjoying using the wallet. And so it's at its most basic, it's a loyalty and customer engagement kind of token. It's a utility token where the more you do things in Hashpack, the more that you'll get rewards. And that's like loyalty rewards, just like any other app. So like if you swap tokens inside of Hashpack, you get Pack as a reward. We call that PackBack rewards. We hope that we can push PackBack rewards to other parts of our like services and things like that, just to like, give back to the community and reward you for, being active in the Hedera ecosystem. Aside from that, we have plans to sort of like make a functional economy out of it, like inside of the Hedera ecosystem. So like you should be able to buy things with Pack inside of Hashpack. We've got a lot of cool things that are coming up that will make use of Pack. Recently, we've launched staking, which is also a mechanism that I'm sure we'll talk about soon. But yeah, overall, it's just a way to engage with our users and make it more fun.
Yeah, well, we might as well go right into the staking. We've seen a lot of, engagement around staking. You also had a big airdrop a couple weeks ago for Karate. Can you talk about those things, talk about your thoughts on tokenomics, not just for Pack, but for the broader HTS ecosystem and maybe even HBAR?
Sure. Let's start with Pack and then move to Karate.
Sure.
So with Pack, we added in staking as a way to distribute Pack tokens to the community. And basically, it's like if you actively stake your pack, you're going to get rewards for staking it. And right now, the APR is 5%. We have set a like stable, constant 5% for the foreseeable few years. That's just not going to change. So it keeps it really simple for people who are staking their pack. And basically, if you are looking at tokenomics, if you're looking at how pack works as a token, there's a big amount that's locked up in a treasury and it's vested over time. And this is very common with pretty much every single token because it's a constant supply. So I think there's 1 billion pack tokens that are minted and there won't be any more. It's impossible to mint them. And they vest over time. So they come into circulation over time. And we don't do anything with that pack, especially specifically in the community pool. And so the community pool is our way to engage with the community and to market to the community and to do things that, activate the community in different ways. And so part of that vesting goes into the pack rewards, right? So that's how a lot of the pack right now goes into circulation. Another way is the PackBack rewards that I mentioned. So yeah, that's kind of like how it is. So if you are actively participating in our ecosystem, if you're actively staking your pack, getting XPack tokens, which is what the liquid staking token is, then that XPack token will increase in value over time, 5% every year. And that comes from the vesting distribution of the tokens. So it's actually pretty simple when it comes down to it. You put in your pack, whatever you have, and then a year later, it's worth 5% more. So that's that, and it's actually like been really great. The community's been really excited about it. We have over, I think we were at 46%, maybe even over 50% of circulating supply of pack that is now vested, or sorry, that is now staked to the staking contract. So like that just tells me that our users are really in tune with what we're doing and really supporting what we're doing, and they get a little bit of rewards for it as being part of our community. So I think that it's a really good look for us to see such a positive and supportive community.
Well, you're talking about the PackBack rewards and incentivizing people to do other things within the Hedera ecosystem. Can you give some examples?
Well, specifically, PackBack is like our product name for if you're doing something inside of the wallet, then we give you back Pack as part of the action. So, for example, when you swap inside of the wallet, there's a certain amount of fees that go into the swap just through the smart contract. We give you a percentage of those fees back in Pack. We have a service called Secure Trade. And right now you do a trade and you trade your NFT for your tokens or whatever for HBAR. And that's been like the case, just flat. That's a service and we don't charge anything for that, or we charge a very small amount, like a fraction of a percent. But later, we hope that we can add in PackBack rewards so that when you do your secure trade, you'll also get Pack in addition. Hopefully, we'll be able to roll it out into our on-ramps and other features that we have going forward. So that's one way. But we also have done things with the community where we've incentivized them participating in various things and given Pack as a reward, although we try to be very, very specific about how we do Pack giveaways because we don't want to overinflate the supply or anything like that. So we're very careful about that. But we want to make sure that we add value to the active users of Hashpack, which could bring us straight into the Karate Combat giveaway, which is 2 weeks ago now, I think. We had a 50 million karate giveaway, which is gigantic. I think it's one of the largest that I've heard of by a lot. And it's great because we have such a great relationship with the Karate Combat team. And we did it as a commemoration of the web app now being able to support Hashpack. So now you can connect Karate Combat to your Hashpack and then do your betting, do your voting, all of that jazz inside of Hashpack, which you could already do inside of the Karate app itself, which is their curated experience. But if you want to do DeFi stuff on top of that, then having it in your Hashpack is very convenient. So we did a 50 million karate giveaway that was Pack weighted. 70% was given away to people who had Pack based on how much Pack that they held. And it was actually really successful. We had so many people sign up for it. We gave away Pack to over 16,000 accounts, I think, which is huge. We gave away karate to over 16,000 accounts. There was also a small amount that was for participating in the giveaway itself, and you didn't have to hold anything for that. And there was also a portion that was given away for people who held our INO NFTs as our kind of like largest value users that just said, hey, for participating with us, for being there with us on our Pack journey, here's also a airdrop if you sign up. And, what I am really curious about is to see how many of our users have gone and taken that airdrop, continue to bet, continue to engage with Karate Combat, because that's really the goal here is like, yeah, sure, you get free tokens, but what do those tokens do? They bring you onto the Karate Combat app, and then they get them engaged in Karate Combat, which I heard you talking to Solomon just earlier about that. And like, you're a huge fan. And I hope that we can bring other people to karate as well through that kind of engagement.
I did get a little bit of that drop. I think you guys did a great job with it. And for some reason, it feels like Karate Combat and Hashpack just fit together. It seems like you guys have similar brands for some reason. I don't know if it's the theme colors or whatever it might be, but you guys are working really well together. And of course, you've been a star on Karate Combat already.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, I sent a glove to you for Twitchital, but has that been sent back to me?
I could certainly send it back. Jesse
Oh no,
has
you
it
don't
right
need to.
now.
No, 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 no.
We used it. We used it a couple times
Okay.
for some promotions. It
Yes,
is still
that's
floating around. He has it. We can get it back to you whenever you'd like. Maybe
it's fine
we're
because like I have another one here. So the one that you have is signed by me, and it's the one that I fought in Karate Combat with.
yeah.
But if you're using it to as promotions for Twigital and stuff, I think that that's fantastic. So
Yeah.
no rush on that.
Very safe, very safe. Don't worry about that. I also got a few questions from the community. So the first one was around Project X. I haven't heard too much about Project X, but I was wondering if you could give us some insights.
It's a cheeky little thing that we put in our roadmap, and it's a thing that we've been working on for a while. I would say probably seriously in the last 6 to 8 months we've been working on it, but it's been in kind of brainstorming mode for at least a year and a half. It's something that we're very excited to bring to people, and I'm not allowed to say anything. I had a chat with our team before this. I'm not allowed to say anything specific, but I will say that it has something to do with creators in the Hedera ecosystem. We want to engage with people who are building communities. We want to make it more fun, more rewarding. We want to make it so that people can find more ways to sort of use their NFTs or show off their NFTs, things like that. So that's kind of Project X. And I also want to caveat that we're not trying to do anything like start a marketplace or a launchpad or anything like that, because we find that, it's great that we have such a broad ecosystem where there are platforms that are doing that for us, and we partner with them and we integrate them into our apps. So like you could buy NFTs off of Centex inside of the wallet, and you can participate in launch pads inside of the wallet, and we hook into those launch pads on Hedera. So something on top of that, but I can't say more. But it's exciting. It's exciting. Also, it will use Pack. Maybe not the very first iterations, but it's something that also is one of the utility cases of Pack token. And so we've been really working hard on that.
Well, when you can give us some more information, we're going to have to get you back. I do have another set of questions. They were just around the future of Hashpack, asking if you're planning on going multi-chain, if you're focused more on retail or enterprise. I know even enterprises have used Hashpack to this point. So what has you most excited in the months to come and going into 2025?
Well, what has me most excited is the sort of buildup of excitement, buildup of development on Hedera that I've been seeing over the summer. It's kind of, a lot of it has been behind the scenes. Teams that, reach out and say, we're building this and we're excited, but it's not going to come out until whatever, Q4 or Q1. And they don't make any announcements because they're really trying to build something. So I get to hear a little bit of alpha on that, and I don't say anything, but I see that there's just interest in Hedera and people are building. And when those projects come live, then we try to shout out and make everybody excited about it. So I think that there's a lot of, specifically in the retail space, a lot of things that are coming out. And I'm sure that our community will jump on everything that comes out and spread the word, and be positive about it, and, spread hype when that time comes. For Hashpack, you asked if we are going multi-chain, and I've answered this many times. It's actually one of the biggest questions that I get, especially on the business side. And so I'll say basically what I say to people who are looking at it, even from a business partnership kind of thing, is that we are a very Hedera-focused team. We really like the tech. Unironically, we like the tech. We like building on Hedera. It's great. We think the developer experience is great, and we wish that more people knew that the developer experience was so good. And we just want to develop this ecosystem as well. So I think in terms of our small focus team, this is really taking all of our attention. We have no eyes going elsewhere. But on a business side, since I'm the CEO, I have to look at other possibilities. I have to, see if there is chance for us to move cross-chain one day. And the answer, I think, is that it's a maybe. It really depends on if we can find synergies within Hedera going to other chains. I think that if there's a platform that is like, we support Hedera and other chains, and it would be great if you could support our asset on multiple chains, and there's something really solid there, I think that might be an opportunity for us to move over to somewhere else and support that. But in terms of just moving straight to another L1 and saying, hey, we now support ETH or now we support Solana with nothing else there, I don't think that that's very likely. And the reason is that Hashpack as a team, as a product, is very community focused. And we put a lot of emphasis on having the connections with the retail users and having connections with the builders and the developers in the space. And when you move to a new ecosystem, all of that is new. So you really need somebody who can get in there and meet all the developers and, partner with the dApps. And you need somebody who can talk to the community and understand what they need and what they're excited about, and then build that product in order to cater to that, right? And I think that we're not the team that just supports an asset or L1 and then says, hey, you can now view it in your wallet. That's the end of the day. Go knock yourselves out. A lot of wallets do that. And I think that if we were to do it, we would have to basically find people who are excited about whatever that second chain is, get a business person on, and get a developer on, and get a community person on. So that's 3 people that we have to hire just to move over there. So I think that would be our approach. And we'll see if that holds true in the next, 2-3 years. We don't know the future, but yeah, for now we're really Hedera focused. We really think that there's a lot of potential on Hedera, and we're not looking elsewhere at the moment.
Love to hear it. Now, you are obviously very retail focused, but as I mentioned, there has been some touch points with enterprises. Are you going to remain pretty much just a retail wallet, or are you looking at some of those enterprise integrations?
Yeah, it's very interesting. We had a lot of chats, especially in 2022 and 2023, around enterprise people who are coming in with their ideas for their apps and saying, we are looking for solutions inside of the Hedera ecosystem for what we're building on the enterprise side. And we thought about it. We tried a little bit about building out those solutions that enterprise projects need. And I think that our team isn't really the kind to tackle exactly what those enterprises need, which is bespoke development, kind of like contracting out a dev shop to do what they need to do on that side. We're not really a contract team. However, enterprises do need at some point some kind of touch point to their users. And if there's an enterprise use case that has retail users, so people who are just regular customers, not business users who have a manager and a developer that is working with that enterprise. So retail users, then those retail users need some sort of interface to do what they need to do on the enterprise platform. And if that enterprise platform is interested in non-custodial solutions, then there's an opportunity for us to work there. So it really depends on how things go. But I do know that enterprise are very touchy about what kind of assets their users can hold and what kind of assets they're allowed to touch. And so non-custodial wallets have a sort of a challenge for them when it comes to regulations, when it comes to security. And in that sense, I think it's going to be a little bit of a wait and see to see if any enterprise will actually need a non-custodial wallet like Hashpack. That said, we are used every day by developers, and Hashpack is perfect for developers because you can just do anything you want on the Hedera ecosystem with an easy-to-use UI. You don't have to build out your own command line interface or your own little dApp for your developers in order to do simple things on the network. And that's where we've had a lot of success with enterprise customers, where they're we have a development team and they're building out an app, and this app will never touch retail users, but on the inside we're using Hashpack to test out the various things, to sign transactions and to send tokens and things like that, to prove that their proof of concept is workable. And then that's where enterprise finds a lot of value in having a very easy to use non-custodial wallet that just works. So that's very interesting to us. And what else? There's also just I think that the other thing is we might not work directly with enterprise in order to build their platforms, but I think there's a lot of value in just talking with enterprise and seeing what they're building and helping them on that journey. If they have issues with specific things on the network, we have a lot of experience that we can share, and that is also something that is very valuable. Enterprise comes in and they're like, what the heck is a mirror node? What the heck is a JSON RPC node? And that's something that we can answer very easily. So yeah. We have a lot of things that we touch with enterprise. Whether or not we'll see enterprise use cases adopt Hashpack is another thing, but definitely the door's open there.
Well, you guys seem like you stay nimble and you lean into what works. I think that's a winning strategy. May, thank you so much for everything you've done for the Hedera ecosystem, and I hope we can have you on again pretty soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
I'm now posting these interviews of Hedera builders independently to my channel. The community, influencers, and media outlets are free to use this content to spread the word on what's being built on Hedera. Once they're all uploaded, you'll be able to go to my channel and search for whatever topic or team you're interested in to find more information. Or you'll be able to get the most recent Hedera news by watching the latest HBAR Weekly update. So check them out.